The Story of Job by Bryson Angel. So Job starts off perfectly. He's got wealth, he's got a loving family, and he's got livestock. He's got everything, really. Then Satan confronts God about Job. Later, Job's family is killed, and his livestock as well are killed. Then Satan again confronts God, and God allows Satan to harm Job, but with boils, which are an infection. Job's wife instructs Job to curse God, but he does nothing of it. He lets his wife rant about it. So Job's friends arrive to give him peace and stay with him for 7 whole days, but they don't talk to him. Jerks. So Job starts to complain about the day he was born, cursing his day of birth and hating his state. Eliphaz talks to Job, saying how has he been helpful to others, and continues on to say that Job's suffering is purely his own fault. To answer Eliphaz's remarks, Job is mad about his current state and frustrated with what Eliphaz has said. Bildad begins talking to Job, getting mad at him, rebuking him, saying that if he were righteous, that he would be blessed and defended by the Holy One. Job responds to Bildad by talking about how he is frustrated about how powerful God is, and he is frustrated with God's majesty too. Job also goes on talking about what he could say if he could talk to God. Zophar begins talking with Job, attacking Job, since he has been complaining. He goes on saying that Job should get even worse than what he's currently going through. Job replies to Zophar and the others with sarcasm, getting frustrated. He gets mad at his friends, challenges them, saying things like, will you contend for God? Will it be well when it searches out for you? Job begins thinking on what will happen after death. He then considers the idea that man does not live beyond the grave. Job observes that there is a sort of resurrection in trees and plants. He says, why should a tree have better hope than man? God challenged and corrected him about the afterlife. Job considers the limitless power of God and despairs. Eliphaz criticizes Job a second time. Eliphaz accuses Job of a lack of understanding. Job answers Eliphaz. He says Eliphaz has said nothing new. Miserable comforters are you all, he says. Job wonders why his righteous life has deserved a charred trail. Job protests to creation. Job confronts God and his friends. His spirit is broken. He begs the heavens for support. He explains his condition and the ultimate solution he trusts in. Job goes to his friends and insults them. He thought about his coming death. Where is my hope? Bildad rebukes Job for his words and low opinion. He tells Job, look at yourself. Bildad wants to teach Job about life and the wicked, but Job complains that his friends don't understand him. Job tells Bildad how God attacked him. He says how that resulted in losing his brothers, his friends, and how he had wealth and now it is gone. Zophar answered Job. Zophar insisted that Job's striking defense made him anxious and caused turmoil. This speech upsets Job. Job answers Zophar. Job wants to prove he had been listening to them. This shows he was at a point of crisis. Job challenges the empty words of his friends. Job dared to question God. His friends were surprised that he spoke against God. Eliphaz asked Job, what good are you to God? Job takes his care to God. He confesses his lack of understanding. He cannot find God. Job wonders at God's power and sovereignty. Bildad muses upon the greatness of God. Bildad wanted Job to know that God was an impossible foe. Job responds to Bildad and challenges his friends. Have you helped me or anyone else with your wisdom? Job praises God and his awesome power in creation. Job says he will maintain his integrity. He asks for the same punishment his friends think he deserves. Job agrees that God will judge the wicked. Job continues talking about the times when things were better and talks about wisdom as well. Job keeps on talking, seeming to complain about how he was such a good person, saying that he was innocent, and speaking about how terrible his life is. Elihu starts talking to Job, getting frustrated with him and criticizing him. Elihu continues on by telling Job that he has been self-righteous. In the last few chapters, there is a conversation between Job and God. God talks with Job, questioning him about things, showing Job that he doesn't know everything. Job becomes speechless when God asks, "Shall the one who contends with Almighty correct him?" God continues questioning Job, telling him that he'll answer his questions. Job tells God that he was right and repents to God. God gets mad at Job's friends, but not Elihu, and in the end, Job gets back twice what he had before.